Hello there, my name of course is Carlo and welcome yet to another video based around the shattering text using Saber. It's a different technique but I think you'll find it useful. So we're going to do the same sort of technique like we did in the first part of the shatter text, but we're going to use it as credits. So here I've got some Blackmagic cinema camera footage, ProRes, let's just get rid of that, and I want some credits to go over this in the form of a Saber text. So I'm going to create a new new text, and I'm going to call it film look, just because I can, because I don't know what else to put, and I'm just going to center that up like so. Then I'm going to create a new solid. I'm going to call that Saber. Make sure it's black, jet black. Right click, go to effects, video co-pilot Saber, and then we're going to go to custom core, change it to text layer to go from none to film look, add text. I'm going to reduce that down so it's like that, and then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the shatter effect to this. Okay, so I'm going to come to my effects panel, I'm going to type in shatter. So this is exactly the same as what we've done before, guys. Yeah. So I'm going to add the shatter effect, and as you can see, we've got the shatter configuration. Go to render, and basically I'm going to change my shape to glass again, like so. Now, as you can see, when it shatters, we've got the text at the bottom, but that's not what we want. So I'm going to shut the text down, and I'm simply going to right click this and set the blend mode to screen. So now we've got the credits over the video. As you can see there, we've got really nice sort of credit look over the video. Now what I would do in general to color this off is right click, go to effects, go to color correction, and go to curves on the text layer, and then we can play around with the overall look of the text itself, just the Saber layer itself, and then we can just play around it. If I've got a blue here, then I'll go to blue. I can just punch the blue up like that to give it sort of like a nice sort of glow around the edges, and as you can see, it's shattering. Now what you can do is obviously slow the speed down on this by selecting the text layer, going up to, let me remember this, layer time stretch, and then this will allow you to extend the speed of it. So if we double that up to like 200 for instance, it's going to take a lot longer to break, like so, but our video will be moving in the same sort of light, if that makes sense. So the higher you put the frame rate, the better it's going to be. And then obviously you're going to play around, you know, you can play around with a blend mode, and you can have it to add, but obviously because we played around with our what do you call it, our curves, it's going to sort of get a sort of different look like so. But it's a case of just playing around with the overall color grade itself to get the look that you want. And obviously it's about playing with the shatter effects itself as well. So we can, you know, play around with the lighting type. We can have point source here, so we can sort of change the overall density of the light. As you can see there, the lighting has changed. Let's just go back to our grade and just bring the blue down, because that doesn't look right. So let's just bring it all the way down, and then let's bring this down. Let's go to RGB and just bring that all the way down. So you've got sort of that look. If you want, you know, changing the colors, you know, reset it so it's back to the way it was, but we don't want obviously the white. But what you can do is you can select that text layer and then get your mask tool, mask around the objects or the text like so. Hit F on the keyboard, feather that out to say about 6 pixels, cover that, and then the text will shatter within that sort of vicinity. So that is it. That is it. That is the way you do it. So let's just bring that down. And yeah, it's like what I've just said. It's just about playing with the overall grade of the actual text itself. And obviously, if you go to Saber, go back to the top, you can change the look of it, or the preset, and then just reset your curves. Drop it down a bit, like so. And you can sort of move that around as well. Let's bring the brightness up, the glow spread up, maybe down a bit. It's about there, for instance. And you can just play around with the size, so on and so on. And then when you play around with it, you've got that nice sort of look. And then just play around with your settings for your false, your gradient, you know, shatter threshold. Let's go to film look, and then we can select that gradient to that, so it's, you know, it's basically set to that text layer as well, so you won't get the sort of thing, if that makes sense, or what I'm talking about. So let's go back to Saber, and that will go to none. Let's go to source, go to mask, and then that text will just shatter, but without affecting the rest of the scene, as you can see. So the text just shatters on the screen. But like I just said, it's about playing around with the overall look of the scene. You know, go to effects, play with the color correction. Let's go to curves, and let's bring the darkness down on this, and obviously play around with the presets and the speed until your heart's content. So, as always, guys, if you have enjoyed the second Shatter Effects tutorial, a like rating would definitely be appreciated. And like I've just said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'll definitely catch you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, guys.